Hello everyone, welcome to the NN Classroom. Today, I'd like to share with you a past paper question from recent 2019, question number 3 from Time Zone 1, paper 1 in the May paper. Let's see. It is asking for a typical question focusing on the calculation of empirical formula, which means the simplest mole ratio. That means the formula bearing the simplest mole ratio. Just remind, in case you don't know, empirical formula, which means the formula which have the simplest mole ratio. That means if the formula can be further simplifying the ratio, that shouldn't be the empirical formula, right? Let's see. They're asking, what is the empirical formula of a hydrocarbon? So given that 75% is carbon and 25% is hydrogen by mass, right? I think this is not a difficult one. The student should know the first way that we can handle it easier is that by assuming we have such a hydrocarbon in terms of 100 grams, right? So in terms of 100 grams of this hydrocarbon, CXHY, right? Then according to this percentage, 75% within this 100 grams will be carbon, and 25% of this hydrocarbon, which is going to be hydrogen. So which means I'm going to have carbon 75 grams and hydrogen 25 grams. So once I have the mass, what do I do for the next? Which is converting it to moles, because all in all, I want it to be in mole ratio. So meaning that I need to turn it into moles. Right, it's easy. So that's why from mass to moles, the simple way to do so is dividing the molar mass. And in this case, the molar mass, which is going to be the relative atomic mass of the individual atom, carbon, right? So that is divided by 12, and that is divided by 1. Of course, the data at the periodic table will be given to you, and you can see this relative atomic mass. And so that's why this will be a moles to be 6 point something something, and then this will be simply 25, right? And at the end, what do? We simplify it, right? And according to all those cases, right, the one that closest with this mole ratio will then be around 1 to 4, right? So that's how obviously the answer is going to be D. Right? For this question, C can never be the case, even though any other possibility, because empirical formula which imply it must be the simplest mole ratio. That means the first thing that we can delete is the choice C, because C is not yet the simplest ratio. 2 to 6 can be further simplified to 1 and 3, so CH3. So that's why C cannot be the case, because this is not going to be the empirical formula. So that's why without the possibility of C, the possibility that is closest to what I'm now calculating should be 1 to 4. So that's why without calculator, we can still achieve the answer, and that will be D.